Hello everybody, welcome to Warframe, I'm gonna call it, Farm Charm, probably, because today we're going to farm a little bit for some in-game currency, which I will explain in a moment. First, what is Warframe? Warframe is a free-to-play, third-person action, shooter-ish type of game, which revolves around basically superpowered space ninjas. Now, I'll show you a little bit. This is the ship you're actually in, because you're in space. You're actually a space ninja, so you get to have a spaceship. This is just some news. This is for PvP. This is for actual missions in your cockpit, so you can look around and actually see all the planets. To the left are NPC clans, which can actually give you in-game rewards if you have enough standing with them. I'm with Steel Meridian and Red Hill. You can pause to read all the descriptions if you don't know them, but even if you if you totally did not know of this game before this, you definitely need to check it out, because it's one of the best free-to-play games I have seen in any time, actually. Maybe League of Legends is one of the better ones, but the uniqueness of this one is, of course, it's setting your space, superpower space ninjas, so that's kind of weird in a way. But you can actually get the currency you you know have to pay for, because it's a free-to-play game. They have to have some kind of monetization to actually, you know, make money out of a game. But all the in-game currency you can actually and currency you have to pay for, you can actually get that from other players by trading parts of weapons and warframes you can get in-game. So you actually do not need to buy anything, except maybe from the beginning platinum, a few warframe slots or weapon slots, so you don't, just have 12 weapons or 12 warframes or something like that. But, this is the market with lots and lots of new, just this is featured, most popular, and here are the kind of, tabs. This is going to be reworked anyway, but this actually has Steam integrated workshop items. Now these are a little bit more expensive than the actual items, cosmetic items in game, and even more expensive if you think about it. You cannot get these with actual, the normal credits you get from missions and the bought, currency. But oh wait, let's second, guys. Alright, back. I had to put my Steam and my Skype on offline mode, because if you saw it, one of my friends just clicked on another game. But anyway, this is the codex, which basically includes story quest lines, which we will be doing on this channel. I don't know when, but which is the actual starting? A few words. Is this the starting one? No. The tutorial quest, I don't know if I can actually show that to you guys, but it's a fun surprise for anyone who hasn't played this game yet to actually, do the tutorial quest. Because I have played it, the new tutorial quest and the old one, because I this game is actually 3.5 years old, and I've been playing from like 1.5 years, around update 7, 8-ish, and this game is actually approaching its next major update, like 7, 8, 9, 10, update 19. So it has changed a lot in, the 3.5 years that it actually had. This is the mods you have for different weapons, different warframes, and uh, even some followers like pets or sentinels. Sentinels are robotic flying supports, while pets are actually, full-on fleshy dogs or cats or whatever. We'll get there when we check out this stuff. But this is the foundry. Here you can actually make, weapons, etc. You can see the resource requirements, the credits this will cost, and the amount of time it needs, which you can, of course, use platinum to actually speed up the process. What do I want to make? Actually, armor neural. I don't have enough salvage. That's the problem. I've been making neural sensors because I've been formatting the shit out of something. This is where your sentinel would be if I actually go to the arsenal and equip a sentinel. And this is the incubator for your actual pets. And I have 3 Kubros actually. And Kubros are basically sort of dog type animals, which are just roughly more tankier versions of your actual. Yeah, if you can see them. They're pretty big actually. They come around hip size or higher than hip size on this Warframe. And they are just basically the tankiest pet you can ever have. There will be another type of pet, Kavats, what will practically be a cat with feathers, I believe, feather tails. But for now, those 2 are the only, actual living pets. The Kavats, however, will be a little bit more RNG based and skill based. Like, it hasn't gotten raw stats, but actual, special effects. And here we have the arsenal. Now, I've got 2 weapons that I want to actually level up, so that's why we're farming today. And we're farming today for a special primed mod, which I need a third kind of, how you call it, god damn it, third kind of currency for. I need a third kind of currency, which you will get from selling parts of primed, like Fragger Prime. It contains a head, a handle, and a blueprint, and all those 3 components you need to actually get from mission rewards, which can get a little bit RNG-y, so that's why I actually bought the hammer piece from somebody who already got the hammer piece. That's how you actually can get, platinum from just playing the game. If you farm for prime parts and somebody wants those prime parts, but you actually do not need or want the weapon that it's, part of, because you either already have it or you do not care about the weapon, you can actually just sell it for actual platinum, for currency you need to buy in most other free-to-play games, which is pretty impressive actually, I find. Now, we have the Warframes in general, which you can just choose what Warframe 2 actually get. There are a lot of Warframes, by the way. Uh, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. There are 33. That's a pretty large amount of warframes, and even more weapons and secondary weapons and melee weapons. Right now you can actually upgrade them, every warframe and weapon, with these mods that I showed earlier. Now, some of you who actually know this game already might see that my build for Serum Prime isn't actually that focused on heavy stats, because I like to be a little bit more survivable. So I equipped a mod that increases my health with quite a lot actually. That increases my armor, which reduces the amount of damage you get from health damage. I've equipped a rage mod, which converts 40% of damage on health to energy, pretty standard. And I've put in rejuvenation as my aura, so every teammate gets 3 health per second, which is actually pretty, impressive if you have an armor amount of 472. This is a pretty tanky battle mage poison type of character, but also I've put in quick thinking. Now, this is sometimes good and sometimes bad. It's good when you combine it with rage and lots of armor, so you don't, drain energy like to a point that you cannot. Energy is basically mana, so it converts your mana into health if you almost die. Now, the only for my survivability builds, which I like to put on every warframe if I can, if the warframe allows it. It needs sort of a way to get health back, and mostly I got that from another mod in the melee category, but that demanded of me that I had to play in melee. This warframe, however, got a special mod for her second ability, which is actually a sort of shed, like a snakeskin, which actually regenerates your health by 50 without any augmentation. Like, if you put in strength, you actually get, more health. But I don't think duration affects regenerative mold, so it only gets affected by health. Well, it is affected by duration, but you cannot get more than 10 seconds. You can get less than 10 seconds if you have less than 100% power duration, but not more than 10 seconds, if I'm correct. Which I don't know if I am, actually. I'm not that kind of, testing out everything. But also I've put in primed flow, which gives me more maximum mana, basically, which allows me to get a high amount of mana, high amount of health, high amount of armor, and they feed off of each other. So I can actually be pretty tanky while I'm hammering away with this Fragger Prime, which is the strongest heavy melee in the game right now, at least. For crits anyway. If you want the best status two-handed hammer, you might want to get the... where is it? The Sibir. Which is basically just a giant piece of ice inside of a coil, which can grow and shrink if you actually use a charge attack. But that charge attack gives it a lot more status attack. Now, if we actually, upgrade our weapons for if I want to get more status chance after we did a mission, I'll tell you a little bit more about status effects and status chance and etc. But for now, oh yes, and the only thing I wanted to tell about my gear at the moment, my Furious, or how you want to call it, is actually pretty weak. One of the earliest pistol in the game that has been made. Like, it was sort of new when I first started playing this game, so that's how, all this. But the strongest actual uh, part of this weapon is its special augment that you get from an NPC clan, basically. What I showed you next to the navigation section with all the missions is Winds of Purity. This gives this weapon a 20% lifesteal, which is insane because that actually gives any Warframe, if you use this on, a way to actually get health back, which is nice if you use that in conjunction with my survivable build. Also the purity effect is if you actually use this weapon and get experience with it. If you've collected 1000 experience in a short amount of time, it will actually unleash a burst of energy which deals damage to enemies in a 25-meter, I think, radius, and heals you for 25% of your base HP and gives you 25% base HP for 10 seconds or something. For 30 seconds, I guess more than 10 seconds in any case, because it actually lasts pretty long. Every syndicate, every NPC guild that they're... Oh, god damn it. What happened? I think it crashed. Did it crash? I think it crashed. No, wait. I don't know what happened. You saw my mouse get changing into some kind of pencil over there? I don't know what it was. Sorry guys, technical difficulties here. I don't know. But from these NPC guilds you can actually get special sigils, which is just cosmetics. Weapon augments, which I showed off with my first, and you get these special, how you call it, Warframe abilities, which actually gets me Urgent Malt for my Saren, which allows me to actually heal myself with only my Warframe, so I can actually focus on getting damage in my weapons than survivability in my weapons. Now, we need 150 more ducats, which you get from selling prime parts, and prime parts you get from playing void missions. Now, what is a... let's do exterminate tier 4, tier 2, tier 4, tier 2, which is a level 20 to 30 area, which is about mid-game, I would say, if you don't count extended runs and challenge runs and sorties, because those things are like, the ultimate, how you call it, trials, which go beyond what normal players would ever encounter.
This
Hello,
tower
Lotus.
is full of life forms, all corrupted by the neural sentry. Clean them out.
Sure. Let's exterminate some people. Pew 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 pew. Now, how is its reload? Oh, not bad, not bad. I might not even need to put in reload speed in this weapon. It's unranked, so I don't have that many damage in this yet, but let's just reload. The movement in this game is very fast-paced. You can actually jump from walls to walls. You can aim glide if you aim within the air. You have jump, double jump. If you crouch and jump, you have bullet jump. You can run, you can actually latch onto the wall here and then shoot. But what I want to do is getting some hammer time. What I did there is channeling, which is actually the shoot button, and that gives weapons a little bit more damage from swings, but it costs Warframe energy, so I won't be using it all the time. Now, let's get some combo counters in, because I have got some critical mods in this weapon, which actually increase critical hit damage strike chance if I get a combo counter on, which you can see in the bottom right. I've got a combo counter of 16 hits, which actually gives me 2 times damage multiplier. And I've also got a mod that increases the timing between combo counters, you know, before it wears off, to around 20 seconds or something. Let's pop a mold there. So we heal. You see my health coming back. In the top right corner. And let's pop it again. So we get around max health once we're done with these. Let's finish him. Finishers deal a large amount of damage and actually penetrates armor. And yellow health bars indicate that this unit has a lot of armor, and red health bars indicate that enemies do not have armor. Which the armored ones are definitely a larger problem in the game, because its scaling is a little bit wonky sometimes. So that some enemies in the extended runs, like I told in the beginning before we started this mission, the enemies will get such a large amount of armor that you actually need to have some abilities that strip armor, or you will deal no damage. Oh, what the hell is that? I don't know. I need to look into that. I missed one in this area. And let's just get rid of him. Now, let's switch back to the Zooch. You can actually switch pretty fast between weapons, I find actually. Now, he's hiding. Die. If it's not a heavy, I won't, you know, have troubles killing them with this weapon. This weapon is pretty strong actually. Especially if you build it on a status chance build, because it will easily get 100% status chance. And once a weapon gets 100% status chance, something happens, which I will explain once we are done with this mission. Come on, don't be shy now, just die. Let's do a ground slam right on top of this guy. You won't die from it, because this Fragger isn't, you know, messed up also, just like Message. I did go in this mission on purpose with a pretty high level Warframe, so that I won't die trying to kill these enemies, because it will take a long time, because they're all unranked. Now, this area, the void, it is called, which you can actually, this is the only place you can actually get crime points, sometimes contain special challenges. Right before me is one. You see, I cannot go anywhere, but if I press this door opens and these lasers begin to fire. Right now I can just jump over them, and at the end of the hallway some loot hides away, which is kind of neat. They don't have that many, you know, rare items mostly in it, but that's probably because if they did, it wouldn't be worth it to actually, you know, do Well, the challenges are too easy to actually, you know, reward you with ultimate rare items. It's just a little bit, you know, little hindrance, so that you actually. What the hell has happened? Jesus Christ! What is that? Second, guys, I need to find out what triggers that. I'm back. I don't actually know. It has something to do, I think, with my recorder, actually. It allows me, I think, for dynamic zooming in, but I don't want that. Get it out of here. Anyway, sometimes if you're a little bit slow, it is hard for you to actually hit enemies if they're walking away from you with melee, but that's not really an issue. Now, let's get a combo. Yeah. You can actually, your snake skin, you can actually put your first, you know, power on it, and if you pop your snake skin with your ult, you can actually... Oh wait, I think I got it. Yeah, I got why. I know what triggers it. I don't know why it triggers, but I know what it triggers. This episode will probably be a little bit longer, little bit less long than an hour, which I usually do with my videos, just because I want to, you know, disable that option. I want to see where it comes from. Anyway, we're about a little bit over halfway done with this mission. I'll probably explain a little bit about status once we're done with this mission, and call it in for a... No, wait, not call it in right then, because I still have to show you why I'm farming. I will probably not have enough items to actually, you know, buy what I need, but I will get it in the meantime. And next week will probably be another Dark Souls video, because right now I needed to get these this item that I want to buy right away, but I also needed some footage to actually, you know, to my channel, because I made a promise to you guys. I want to do one video per week at least, so that's what I'm gonna do. That's what I'm gonna do. That's what I'm goddamn gonna do. I also noticed while editing the last episode 5 of Dark Souls that I tend to swear a lot in my videos. I don't know if that's a problem with you guys. Of course, I already told you a few times. If you have any critiques, just say it, because I want to grow with my channel. And I'm saying it again because I really do. But I will try and limit my swearing in the next video, at least. Well, not at least, I will try and limit my swearing, period. Because just mindless swearing isn't, you know, quality content. Which I don't actually, you know, say that I deliver quality content, but I do want to, you know, improve. So, yeah, that's it. Now, 14 enemies to go. Let's smack them with the hammer. Go. Oh yeah, that's where the charge... This is the charge, yeah. Which actually deals quite a large amount of damage, if you actually hit it. It can actually almost... No way. Totally not 2-shot, 4-shot this enemy. And this enemy is the tankiest of this whole... That wasn't headshot charge attack, so that counted as 2, because headshots deal twice the amount of damage. And it was a crit, so that also increases the amount of damage. And it feeds off of each other. If you have a crit damage of 2 times, and you have a headshot crit, you actually get a damage multiplier of 4. So yeah, sometimes your damage might be way off than what you actually think it will be, just because of that. Bum! And that was a red crit. So red crits are if you have over 100% crit chance, you actually get the added bonus of doubling your crit damage if you have a red crit. Like if you get 100% crit chance, you deal every time a critical hit. But if you got 120 crit chance, sorry, a little bit burpy, you actually get a 100% chance to crit, but there's 20% chance that that crit will be a crit on a crit, which will mean that you actually get double the crit damage, which is pretty awesome if you actually have a weapon that can reach that kind of critical hit chance. Because, as I said, the enemy scaling sometimes is a little bit wonky, and getting that amount of crit damage and chance will actually, enable you to kill a huge amount of larger, level enemies, higher level enemies, because you're essentially applying a multiplier upon a multiplier. And if you combine it with a headshot, it gets insane. If I have a weapon with 2 times crit damage and I make a headshot, that will make my damage 4 times my base, like the damage that I actually would have dealt. But if I've got a red crit headshot, it will mean that with my 2 times damage, critical hit damage, first that gets doubled, so you've got 4 times your damage, your normal damage. Then that gets doubled because you've got a headshot, so you get 8 times the damage you would normally deal, which is a lot. And with some weapons, you can actually get over 10 times, amount of critical hit multiplier if you get a headshot red crit. Even with some weapons, you can get over 10 times just normal red crit. Not normal crits, but red crit multipliers. But but this weapon, Fragger Prime, is the best crit hammer because it's got quite a large amount of crit damage and
excellent work,
a huge amount of critical hit chance. Alright. Wait, hold on a minute. That doesn't... That's weird. Look at my total kills. 114. The amount of kills I needed to complete this level was 126. And I'm on my own. Without a pet or without a sentinel. How did I do that? What the hell? That's strange. Alright, now I just got, let's get to the equipment and then inventory and then miscellaneous, which actually, wait, these parts of Oberon the Warframe you can actually get easily by just killing special types of enemies which spawn all over the damn place. So at one point, once I realized, oh wait, I don't need those parts anymore, I had like 50 of every part of Oberon. It's like that insane. The drop chance has decreased insanely from that point, but
Operator,
at a
do
time
you
before
visualize
this,
a bloody battle?
Me too.
yeah, I know. But at a time, this was my main source of money, which sounds totally crazy. Just selling parts of Warframes is your main money maker. The bow is just a low-level pole arm staff thingy, which I don't actually need. I have the prime version of it. And the dread is a pretty high damage actual bow, which you have bows, you have guns, you have throwing knives, you have melees, you have special powers, poison powers, fire powers, ice powers, water powers. It's insane. This game is so damn unique. There's nothing you can find that even remotely is, the same with its crazy ass ideas and all that kind of shit. Great. I told you guys I wanted to swear less, but now I'm swearing. Well, it's for a good cause, I guess. Because this game is insane. In the membrane. Wait. No, it's not in the mystery language. It's in the... probably in the prime parts. Focus, arcanes, appearance. Or just in the Warframe. Let's see. No, totally not. Oh wait, it was one to the right, Sebastian. Oh my god. Yeah, I've got the Vault Prime helmet. Now I won't sell that because I'm gonna sell it somewhere else. Now, let's get into the upgrading of my
Operator, you have remembered
stuff,
how the Tenno arm themselves.
which I actually didn't get because I haven't actually leveled my gear to the point that that's a fun thing they did in a pretty recent actual update. My rank, my profile, is actually at a mastery rank of 13. Mastery you get from completing unique missions, so every mission gets a little bit of mastery, which will change in the near future with a special type of navigation update. The mission map will be overhauled completely back to a system which I was, actually raised, quote unquote, raised in, but that's neither here or there. I'm happy that they are switching it back to the way it was, but you can also get mastery from leveling up unique equipment. Ah, nice song. But that allows you to actually, if you form a weapon or just have a new weapon, once it's unranked, you actually get the amount of mod capacity that corresponds with the amount of levels in your mastery rank. So I actually need to upgrade Trigger Prime above my mastery rank, so above 13. Once I want to get my more mod capacity. Which also one thing I need to do, because I just made this weapon, is go to actions. Here you have the focus, which I will explain once I actually, do an episode where I want to farm for focus. Swap polarity. Polarity is actually like this. A V polarity this is called, or just a Madurai polarity, which will cut the mod costs of any mod you put in from this kind of capacity or this symbol in half. But if you want to put anything else in it, it gets doubled. Well, not doubled, it gets 50% more. How you call it? Capacity. It needs 50% more capacity. So that's kind of interesting. And now the action that I want to do right now, the upgrade. You can actually install Orc and Catalysts, which you can get by every week. There is a or every 2 weeks or whatever. There's a regular dev stream that's just a stream on Twitch and on YouTube, which the developers of this game talk about what they are going to do with the game. But after that is a small. There's going to be an alert, a special mission, which you can actually do to get Orcan catalysts or Orcan reactors for your Warframe and pets, or Exilus adapters for your Warframe, which all are special, unique upgrades modules, which you can either buy for 20 platinum each. The catalyst, the reactor, and the Exilus all cost 20, or just wait until such an alert shows up and do the mission. But this doubles your mold capacity from getting levels. So now, if I remove this one, my stance mod, which actually melee weapons, you have special stances which change what kind of attacks you have, and if you actually get the correct, how you call it, polarity, it doubles the amount of mod space given. It doesn't take mod space, it gives mod space. So that's pretty neat. Anyway, if I take it off, my Fragger Prime, because I have a mastery rank of 13, counts as a Fragger Prime rank 13. If I put in the Orcan Catalyst, it gets another 13, so 26 mod capacity. Now let's put in Crushing Rune, let's put in just normal pressure point, and let's put in the Fury, just 30% extra attack speed, which is pretty, I need this because my attack speed is under one attack per second, which is super slow. That's the only bad downside from this weapon. After the fact that it's got 20 less damage, which on 120, wait, no, it actually has the same base damage as the second, most powerful hammer in the game. Like the base damage is on par with other stronger or other strong hammers in this game. But if you have an attack speed of less than 1 second, your melee life is going to suck. Your melee life is going to suck, because it takes a lot of time to actually swing your weapon around. Now, let's do the same with the Zooch. Now, some people might say, no, this is a waste of a catalyst, no, the Zooch isn't that good, but I calculated, and once I do this, no wait, not heavy catalyst, what am I talking about? Split chamber. Oh wait, I need one mod more. Alright. Let's just remove this then, and let's add in the, where is it? Turnarounds. Now it almost got freaking. Well, once I have enough mod space to actually, put in split chamber, it will have a 100% chance to proc. Now, what is procking? Procking is procking a specific type of element, and each element has a different effect on it. Toxic will deal 100% of the damage that did the toxic proc in 6 seconds or so, ignoring shields and armor. I guess, yeah, ignore shields and armor. Well, I don't know about armor, but it definitely ignores shields. Toxic base damage also ignores shields, which is actually the only, Every other element doesn't have such kind of powerful passive to it. It only has special, status chance. Like electricity, it will deal another. I don't know the percentage of the extra damage that it deals. I guess that's 100% of the electric damage, but it chains like electric chain. It's like chain lightning from WoW or something, and it stuns enemies for like 1.5, 2 seconds or something, which is neat if you want to actually crowd control a large area. And fire we have here is a damage over time, just like poison, but it actually causes the enemy to panic for 2 seconds. But this definitely does not penetrate either armor or shields. That's what I know for sure. And then the last one is cold, which if you proc, enemies have a little bit are slowed by 50% or something, and their attack speed is actually also slowed. I don't know about the attack speed of their guns, but I do know for sure that the attack speed of melee attacks are greatly reduced if you have a cold proc. Now, every other element has different types of damage values to different types of enemies, which is a whole clusterfuck of, graphs and shit, which, sometimes if you actually, if you are interested in this game and you get a little bit more higher up in this game, you might want to check out, because that's, what enables some high-end damage builds, slotting in the correct elemental combos, so that you can actually, deal the most amount of damage to the faction you're going to fight against. But there are quite a few special elements, like corrosive, which you see here. It has a lightning bolt and a toxic, so it implies it's a combination of poison and electricity, which again has a different damage graph, but also a different status proc, because this status proc actually reduces enemies' armor by 25% of their current armor permanently, until they're dead, I guess. Then it doesn't matter anymore because they're dead. If you have, I don't know, like not like of the base armor, so it's not like if you have 4 procs then their armor's gone. No, that's not it. It's 25% of their current armor. So if you want to completely remove the armor of an enemy, you need to proc it like 10 times or something. So a status build with around 100% status chance will do you more in the end game than just raw damage. Well, if you sort of mix it in with another weapon that actually goes for raw damage, which is why I have the Fragger Prime, which is the highest damage hammer in the game, and I like hammers because there's a lot of crowd control in that category, with a gun that shoots super fast if I actually put on speed trigger, which I will in my final build, like 10 times per second, and 100% status chance. Now, which status actually procs is dependent either on how high the damage is and your status chance, of course. So corrosive now is higher than half of the total damage of my gun, and such it has a higher chance of actually proccing corrosive. I think that's what actually got out of my testing, which once this damage system has been put to place, I don't think it has been changed. Now, there are three kind of physical elements, which also, with their own damage graph and status procs. Impact is a short knockback kind of thing where they a little bit flinch. Puncture is actually a debuff, which reduces enemy damage by 1/3. And Slash is a status proc which deals damage over time, which goes through armor and shield. That's what I know for sure. Now, different, status combinations might include magnetic, which reduces the shielding of the enemy if you proc by 75%. Viral, which reduces the health of an enemy by 50%. It cannot stack. It used to be able to stack, but it actually cannot stack anymore, which is a shame because status chance weapons are monstrous with, stacking viral status procs. Blast, which has a nice and rounded damage profile. It deals roughly the same damage across all factions, but if it procs, it leaves quite a big blast of ragdolling of a ragdoll knockback effect, which opens enemies up for finishers. So some melees with high amounts of status chance and a finisher build might be strong with a blast proc in the mix. What do we have more? Gas, which is fire and toxic, which actually leaves a toxic damage over time effect, not gas damage. The damage is from the toxic damage table in a little bit small area of 4 meters or something. It's quite small, but in a large group of enemies, gas damage can actually deal a lot of damage. Because if you proc it a lot, then enemies tend to stay. If enemies tend to stay together, and you proc it a lot, you get more bang for your buck, right? Basically. And what's the last? Oh yes, radiation we've got left, which causes an enemy to confuse who is an ally or enemy for like 10 seconds or something, which is good if you want to have a scaling weapon but don't have the survivability to actually stand there and proc corrosive the whole day, because this actually creates small distractions for your enemies so that they shoot each other and don't shoot you, which is nice. You don't get shot at. I like that. And I guess that's all of it. You've got blast, we've got magnetic, we've got viral, we've got corrosive, we've got gas. We'll stick for corrosive because my build is tanky enough to actually eat some hits while I stand there denying the enemy's armor. So yeah. Also, one note, split chamber, a multi-shot. The 9% multi-shot indicates a 90% chance of firing another bullet, but this gives a little bit status chance boost because the game thinks like, oh, you shoot more bullets, and those two bullets have a 77 status chance. Now, if you upgrade your status chance to 100, it actually doesn't, think like, oh, if I put in my thermid rounds again, oh, you have 98 status chance on both your bullets. If I put in split chamber now, it will definitely say I've got 100% status chance. Then it will say, alright, all of your bullets, all of your multi-shot bullets will proc a different element. So for some weapons, a multi-shot might actually make it a very strong status chance weapon if you get it around 100 or at 100. No, wait, at 100 status chance, because every different bullet from your multi-shot will proc a different or the same status chance, depending, on your luck, actually. Which I definitely like, especially with corrosive and heat, because heat causes an enemy to actually panic, and corrosive causes an enemy to lose armor, which is strong as fuck. Now, let us get a look at the reason why I made this video in the first place. Let's go to the Tenno hub of Mercury. Tennos are basically, the Warframes, the masters of the Warframes, so to speak. The controllers, the users of the spacesuits. Let's just skip these mechanics. You can sometimes see different ships of different people, but not always. You can, in any case, see your own ship. This is just a little bit like air security, which they actually do not do anything, but it's nice, Hello,
may I extend an
Kitty.
invitation to you? My latest collection of choice items from the Void is now available for viewing.
I know. That's why we're here, actually. This kiosk actually tells you how long the Void Trader remains, and the freaking the amount of people is actually bugging a little bit with my camera, which is kind of weird. Now, what do I want to sell? I do want to keep on to these, because our queen actually gets a big movement overhaul, which actually makes it interesting. Lex Prime wants back Lex Prime, so dual wielded Lex Prime comes in the game. Then I would like to make my Lex Prime, because you probably will need to make 2 Lex Primes before you can actually make the dual wielded Lex Prime. But that's when that ever comes out. I don't know if it comes out. Maybe it never comes out. But alright, these values that you see here actually indicate how many ducats you can get, and ducats are used in the vendor over Barricadier right on the left. Funny. Now, I've got 175 ducats. That's not enough.
You are
But
a Tenno
I
of
do
greater taste.
can,
I can tell just by looking at
I
you.
can let you see the items that he has. This is for a quest. This is for your shotguns, a better form of the raw damage for your shotguns. I've got 2 so that if I use a shotgun, my sentinel still can use the shotgun with prime point blank, because you cannot use one mod on 2 weapons at the same time, which sometimes is a little bit, like every mod. If you install every mod on your sentinel weapon or on shotgun and you want to mod your sentinel weapon, and you basically use the same mods without knowing, it gets a little bit annoying while it says like, you cannot use that mod, yada yada yada. This is just cosmetic. This is affinity boosters, credit boosters and resource boosters, and this is why I wanted to farm today. Primed pressure point. More damage for my melee, which will be insane if I actually put it on my Fragger Prime. Now, this might
Until
actually
next
be
time.
a little bit, little bit risky because DE actually has stated that they wanted to change a little bit, getting a little bit of a rework in the mod system, which might remove the raw damage mods. I don't know for sure, but we cannot be certain if they do that or not, and better be safe, because a primed mod of that caliber probably will take a lot of time to actually get back, because he only comes around, Barricadier only comes around every 2 weeks, I guess, or something, and that's a long time for me actually. Hi. Anyway, a little bit more about the relays, about the Tenno hubs. You actually see the syndicates here. This is the orbitals of Hexus, which do not like me.
A shame to see such potential.
Because they're enemies with the red veil, and I like the red veil because they're edgy as fuck. They like to burn everything, they like to kill everything, and you know, I was like, why not? This is like, oh, this is a little bit standard. Cephalin Suda, you do not look that, you know. Cephalins, by the way, are just computerized entities, which is, she's basically an AI, but she has a little bit more going on.
A perfect specimen of wasted life.
Oh, fuck you too. She just wants to, you know, get more knowledge. Knowledge is power, I guess. For her at least. For me too, actually. Because I would like to know how you like this episode. Do you like Warframe? Will you try it? Have you tried it? This guy is helping. Yay. Alright. Hello, baby. This is just a rebel side, you know, wing of the Granier army, which, you know, actually wants to help the civilizations, etc. Fight a guerrilla war against a vast enemy. They are sworn protectors of what little remains of the colonies. The colonies just are, you know, where these people come from. The normal people. The actual, you know, endangered people, because they do not, you know, possess the awesome power of Warframes or the vast number of the enemies you actually fight. Wait, let's skip this one for now and go to the corpus variation of the syndicates. These are just about getting money. A collective of brilliant and powerful merchants splintered from the corpus. Their goal is to restore order by bringing prosperity and direction to the violent world they study. They're just like, more money, just like the corpus. Which I don't like them for it, but oh well. These racist bastards though. These racist bastards. Why they're racist? They're enemied with the Steel Meridian, which used to be part of the Granier army. Right now they are not. But these guys do not like the Granier, so by their minds they do not like the Steel Meridian. Only the true restoration of a pure humanity and the reproduction of Earth can concept and new local worship of the human form on Earth before its corruption. Yeah, because the Granier, the reason why they're with a large amount of numbers, like it's one Warframe against 1,000 Graniers or something, if you do a Granier mission, they actually clone humans. They actually clone their warriors. So yeah. Oh yes, I didn't tell you anything about the Arbiters of Hexus. The Arbiters of Hexus, the first, you know, on that side, actually are all about restoring the cultural usage of the Tenno, not just the warriors side of the Tenno. They believe that the Tenno can represent something more than just brutal gods of war, which I do like, but you know, they're made actually to be gods of war. That's the whole purpose they're here. That's why they're here. They're made to be gods of war. But I do like there's some initiative to actually, you know, change that. But these guys are just awesome. They're brutal. They're totally my style. There used to be just darkness behind these curtains with eyes poking out from the darkness, which is actually a lot more atmospheric. I don't know why they changed that, but anyway, they want to burn everything. The red veil sees corruption all around them. They are honor bound to feel the system through great and violent purge. No cost too great, no blood too precious. They're basically the anarchists. Fuck the leaders. Fuck the system. Let's purify everything to anarchy. This is just to show how brutal they are. They're the only... Actually, they're the only syndicate with some kind of violence in their, you know, actual syndicate area. Also, they've got these lovely infested puppies, which you will see once we do an infested, you know, mission. Well, let's stand here right beside the burning tree of holiness or something, of anarchy, and oh wait, no, not another waypoint, which you actually can use pretty usefully in missions if you have got them other people. Right now, let's just chill and end this episode. My name is Lord Longface, and I will probably see you in another charming farming. Bye bye.